Welcome everybody to a new episode of GVN Talk. Yes, okay.
Sorry.
He warned y'all too.
Do you see why I warned you in the beginning?
I had to hit continue.
Forgot.
Did you guys have to hit continue?
Oh my goodness, huh?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No. We're completely good. Goodness gracious. Welcome to an all-new episode.
The way they said at the same time. Woo!
Yeah. Goodness gracious. No, but it did catch me off guard the first time it happened, so I understand. But welcome to our new episode of GVN Talk. We were off last week. We got the whole squad together this week. We are ready to break down all the news that has dropped between last week and this week. Before we get into our topics, I want to introduce the panel, starting off with the returning of Trevon. What's going on, Trevon?
Hey, everybody, I'm happy to be back. Can't wait to talk to everybody about this stuff. Yeah, I need this, so I'm happy to be back.
All right, perfect. And just so everyone knows, Trevon's never seen an episode of Jupiter Legacy. He doesn't have any interest. Ignore his backdrop. Nah, just messing around. Trevon, I know definitely can't wait to talk a little bit about that, but we'll get into that a little later. Also, Ash, what's going on, Ash?
Hello. Oh my, I'm very excited to talk about tonight's topic because I really do need it I really need tonight too. So I'm very, very excited. Yes, let's do this.
That sounds like some football stress, Ash. Is that football stress?
Yeah. It is. I had to take my jersey down from here because Shekinah, I took it off because of you. I took it down for you.
Me? What did I do?
Shekinah was just like, whoa.
I just didn't want it to be so obnoxiously in the background.
It's okay. I'm grown. I can handle myself. I'm grown.
I feel you, Ash. I'm currently watching my Knicks play playoff basketball. It's going to be very difficult to look here and not veer up. So I completely understand. Stressful times out here. All right, Shekinah, what's going on, Shekinah?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Is that Batman that I see?
It's a Batman onesie. You can't see the whole thing, but yeah.
We are going to have an amazing episode. I feel the spirit of Batman, and it's just it's so warming to feel the support of Batman in the air. And now, last but definitely not least, I'd say the world's second biggest hater. The man that Dave Chappelle created the Hater Awards about, AJ himself. What's going on, AJ?
Wait, why am I the second hater? What?
Donald Trump is the number one hater of all time.
Oh wow!
I can't. Hey, I'll take it. Anyway, I'm doing good. Did a double feature yesterday, and greatness upon greatness upon greatness. Quiet Place 2 was amazing. Cruella was amazing. I was going to see a third movie, but it was too late, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to go home. So it was a great time for me. And Bad Batch as well, since it was at 3:00 in the morning. So yeah, it was a great day.
Yep. I was we'll get into, we're gonna start off with what everyone's been watching. Excuse me. Make sure you guys go check out me and AJ's review of last week's episode of Bad Batch. That's up on our YouTube page. And I also, before we wanted to get started, to let everyone know, our listeners, this show will be from now on a YouTube exclusive. It will not be on any audio DSPs, only video seeing us YouTube exclusive. So make sure when you're watching this, you're liking, subscribing, commenting. Make sure you let AJ know how many times he was a hater in the course of the episode. I keep count, but I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. So make sure you guys are letting us know in the comment section down below. And all right, let's get into this. So let's start off with what everyone's been watching. AJ, I'll start off with Mr. 3 a.m. himself. You got a dose of Bad Batch, and then you went to go see what I call the movie of the year so far in Cruella. But that's only because I haven't seen A Quiet Place 2 yet. So, but give me your thoughts on the stuff you've been watching, and talk a little bit more about the 2 movies you saw. And don't say anything about Bad Batch. So leave
Okay,
Bad Batch
you're
out.
talking about it. Okay.
But
Well,
the 2 movies.
Cruella was greatness. I was one of the few people that was actually excited for this movie to begin with. I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, I don't want this, I don't want that," and all that. But I'm loving the reception. Everybody's loving it. I loved it. The acting was incredible. I really did love I even said this on my tweet last night, that if this movie does not win best costume, best makeup, anything, I'm not watching the Oscars anymore, because that's straight up bullshit right there if they don't win. I feel like almost everything out of this movie was done perfectly. This movie jumped to one of my most favorite live action Disney movies. At first it was Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella, but those are 2 and 3 now. Cruella is my number 1. A Quiet Place 2, it was a great succession from the first Quiet Place. Once again, not a lot of people wanted this movie because they didn't see where the direction was going with the second movie. But I'm telling you, the first scene, I won't even say the first scene, it was even before the title sequence, that those moments is probably one of the most suspenseful moments in horror in general for me, I think. Best opening by far. John Krasinski did a great job. Just score, just sound design, everything once again was amazing. You will definitely see this and on the upcoming Oscar stuff and all that. So 2 movies I do highly recommend in IMAX or Dolby Cinemas, for sure. And then Bad Batch, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Me and Trevon, when the first trailer came out for Cruella, right on Twitter, we were like, yes, we're sold immediately. Yes, give it to us. So as someone who had the screener for it, I did not see it in theaters. I wish I did, but I don't trust the youth that they hire to handle the safety of movie theaters.
My theory, they did a good job with it. They did.
Did you see them, or are you assuming?
Yeah, actually, they cleaned while I was watching the credits.
Oh, okay. All right. Because
Did
if
you
I
hear
don't
that
see
they
it, I don't
not-
trust it. Right.
Did you hear that today they knocked off all mask mandates for all 3?
Yeah. I'll say this: AJ's right. It should win best costume. I mean, I used to watch the Heidi Klum fashion show with my aunt. I can't remember what the name of it is. So like, I had somewhat of an eye for fashion, but they blew my mind with some of the dresses and stuff that they were able to pull out in this movie. They did an amazing.
They told the costume designers just go all out, and they were like, okay.
Sure. They were just like, look, we're not going to spend money on location or anything else. All the money is on a wardrobe. Yeah. Go crazy. And they were just like, right?
They had a ton of lives over there, that's for sure.
So I'm with AJ. Cruella is a must-see. I'm calling it a summer blockbuster. Mm-hmm. It is a summer blockbuster. Go see it. However you choose to. You can pay $25 to watch it on Disney Plus, or you can go to your local theater. I see you, Shekinah, but when you think about it, the price for 2 tickets to go see it is more than $25.
Or you can get A-list.
Me personally, in my country, it's like £5. So I'll take my £5 ticket and go.
Oh, well,
I'll take my £5 ticket and go.
Look at that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Listen, just another reason why the UK is better than us.
I didn't say it. You said it.
I love how she kind of just like, yeah, we're better than you. But yes, make sure you go out and see Cruella, support it so we can get a sequel. Because the way that it ends off, it will make you a little interested to see what else they have to explore in the world of Cruella. So yeah, big ups to you on that, AJ. I do want to ask you 2 questions, AJ, before I pass it on. You said A Quiet Place 2, the beginning was some of the most suspense ever, right?
Mm.
That's a high bar because the first one started off with the highest form of suspense with the boy.
Yeah.
So it's worse than that.
Ah,
I don't need specifics. But it's worse than that.
I wouldn't go. There's two different feels, if you understand that. We all understand like the boy was the cause of he's the one that died. I don't want to say anything, but it's two different feels. I do feel that the Quiet Place 2, it creates both a feeling of happiness, and then it just turns on its head within like next 2 minutes. With the Quiet Place, I don't feel like we had the happiness. We just had the straight suspense, and then just attacks.
Sure.
That's when it went from happiness, suspense to like just straight up horrific within like 2 minutes time. So I feel like the development of the second one felt much better than the development of the first one. The opening scene, at least. That's what I'll say.
All right. And my second question is, we know how actors have to keep things a secret or whatever, but AJ, you can go ahead and tell us yes or no. Did Emily Blunt become Invisible Woman at the end of this movie?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she says she doesn't like superhero movies.
But I thought she was saying that so no one expected her to
That
turn
annoyed me.
Woman at the
She
end
said
of it.
that. I was like,
So you're saying it's not a bridge to the MCU, is what you're saying, AJ?
No, it's not a bridge to the MCU.
So they don't go into space? They're not science? No? Okay, all right, no problem. All right. I want to go over to Trevon. What have you been watching lately?
So True Legacy. Finally, I watched the first episode. I liked it, but it didn't like completely hook me, which took me forever to actually get to the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, let me just watch this thing. I like superhero stuff. It gotta get me somewhere. So I started watching it, and I don't know. I really enjoyed, I guess, their like family dynamic that they have, and the sister, and I don't know. I just really enjoyed. It's not your traditional superhero show for me. It was different. I was wondering how brutal this was gonna be. It's really difficult for another superhero show to come out when we had Invincible, The Boys. Like it's just very like I was like, how is this gonna separate itself? And I actually like the story on how they got their abilities, and I do admit that I'm a little biased, but they all fly, which I really love about it. So I love that. I love that they all fly. That's a thing for me. I don't know. But I don't know. I just really enjoyed the story, and the twist at the end. I was like, oh yeah, give me season 2 right now, right now. Like, so I'm really excited about that. Also Shadow and Bone. I that's another show I watched the pilot of. I was like, this is cool. I know what it has in it. And I finally got back to it. And I've binged that too. Love that. I love where it went. I love for me the effects they put in it. I was like, this is especially I don't want to give anything with the dark magic that is in there. Something happens. And it's like, I was like, well, this is a budget. I was like, what is this? I was like, that's pretty cool. And I was like, so I enjoyed it. That's different too. I was wondering how that show was going to be, and with the light and the dark, and it got a little like when it got to the close to the end, I was like, this is a little bit twisted. Weird and twisted as it did at the end. I was like, this is really hooking me now. Now I really want to see this second season. I want to see what they're going to do to fix the problem. So yeah, I'm trying to give the show away, but I'm trying to talk about without giving anything away. But yeah, I really like that a lot too. And I am diving back into Castlevania. I saw that the new season came out, and the only reason I remember I watched the first season a long time ago because I love the video game, the handheld one, and then I tried to play the one that's on console. And then when I dove back into the show, I think yesterday, and I think I finished like the first season, only like 4 episodes. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that too. It has little things from the game that I remember, the whip and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, it's not exactly what I remember, but it's still really good. So that's the things I'm getting into. I did finish episode 1 of Star Wars, episode 2 of Star Wars, and now I'm going off of some kind of like guide where it says stop there and now watch Clone Wars and then come back to the third one, episode 3. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I am in season 1 of Clone Wars right now. So I'm trying to catch up.
Wait, like the animated movie or the live action movie?
I watched the animated Clone Wars movie, and now I'm watching the Clone Wars cartoon.
Right, but you said you stopped to go watch Clone Wars.
I watched episode 1, the Star Wars episode 1 live action, and I watched episode 2, the live action movie. Then I stopped because they said that's where you should watch the Clone Wars in between, because that's where the Clone Wars happens.
Because there's some episodes that are like between the Clone Wars movie and Revenge of the Sith movie, but you have to watch those in order instead of watching it by season, because by season like out of order.
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest just watching through the cartoon, and then going back once you're done, and then watching the 2 movies, Clones and then Revenge of the Sith, because all the all the cartoon does is fill in all the blanks of the movies. And by blanks, I just mean it's kind of like when you watch Attack of the Clones, they barely speak. They don't speak. So it's like you don't even know that they're their own people, anything like that. Like you don't see Rex, you don't see Cody. So I'd suggest just watching all of Clone Wars. Then if you want to go back and watch the 2 movies, you can.
Yeah, trying to watch them in order is going to be exhausting.
I
tried it. Trust me, it's not going to work out.
I did some kind of guide at first. It was like, watch this episode from season 3 or something. I was like, okay, I tried that at first.
Then I was like, okay. It'll also mix up the seasons for you too.
Yeah.
Right. So just go in order. Just go in order, because if you do it the way that you were just saying, there will be a moment in that Clone Wars movie that happens, and then you'll watch the cartoon and you'll go, wait, I'm confused. Just watch the cartoon all the way through, in order, all the way through.
I've already seen the second movie already, so.
Okay, no problem. I'll tell you this: don't watch Revenge of the Sith. If you want to watch Revenge of the Sith the way you just did Clone Wars, don't worry about that movie till season 7.
Okay.
Don't worry about Revenge.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Season 7.
That's what I've been watching.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you started that, but you left out a show that hurt my feelings, Trevon, because me and you were watching this religiously. There was a show that ended on HBO Max that you didn't say anything about.
Some of the Nevers?
Yeah, duh. What happened, bro?
I haven't went back to that one yet. I don't know. That one hasn't pulled me back. I don't know. Sorry. Like, I like it, but it's like, I'll get back to that one. Sorry. The superheroes are flying around. We got magic and stuff over here. I'll get back to the X-Men soon. That's out. Sorry.
All right. Pure blasphemy. Anyway. So it was good to hear Trevon saying he's been getting into Star Wars, the Clone Wars. So I'm going to pass it to somebody that I expect to say the same thing. And that is Shekinah. You've been watching Clone Wars, right?
You know what? Yeah, the last 2 weeks, I'm not watching that much. I was taking my time trying to finish Parks and Recreation, so I haven't really, I listened up and I told
Recreation?
You, can you please give me a break? Okay, give me a break because I cannot focus on too many things at once. Okay, let me get through that one. Let that phase pass. I'm done with it now.
You watched Parks and Rec, right? You watched.
I finished it now. I have finished it now. Yes, but now I watch it. Okay, I said July. I said give me until July. I'll watch it by July. But June is literally in a couple of days. Oh damn. Oh, okay. July. By the end of July. I promise, guys. I promise. If I don't, then I don't know. Some kind of punishment.
You're fired. You're fired.
There's no punishment. You'll make me very sad inside, but no.
I'm so sorry.
There's no punishment. Here's my thing. If you had said I haven't been able to watch anything because I've been so busy, cool. Cool. Yeah, I get it. But the fact that you took importance of saving a park over the future of the galaxy.
First of all, you haven't even seen Parks and Recreation, so you wouldn't.
Is it not about them saving a park?
That in the beginning, in the first, no. In fact, it wasn't about no. You see, you don't even know what you're saying. You need to watch it because it's not about saving.
This is great.
They're trying to make a park, and then
make a park.
Listen, it sounds silly, but
we got a galaxy out here.
It leads into other. Okay, and I'll get there. Didn't I say I was gonna get there? Give me a break, okay? I said I would get there. So, yeah, please. I said I would get there.
Oh man. Okay. It's okay. I'm gonna turn my video off and cry. It's fine. It's whatever.
Oh, one more thing that I watched. Did anybody else watch Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So we'll do this. Since we all seen it. Everyone will just say what they've seen. We'll leave that out. That'll be our first topic after this that we go to, our review of it, and then we'll do everything else. So everyone
we talked about it last week.
Huh?
We talked about it last week. Well, me and you did.
Together, AJ. Me and you did. So me and you don't have to really give much. We can just let everybody else give their thoughts. Which is good because we talk enough. So everyone else can speak in time. But Shekinah, to piggyback it, to bounce it back to you, sorry.
Yes.
Parks and Recreation, you finished that.
Yes.
You've refused to watch Star Wars, so what else have you been watching?
Wow, those are strong words.
I took forever to finish Parks and Recreation, so I literally, only other thing I saw was, like I was saying earlier, Mortal Kombat last week. That's the only other thing I've seen, so I enjoyed Mortal Kombat. I know people were complaining and stuff, but I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I think it was a good movie. I understand why people complain, like those bits I get, but overall, it was fun to watch. So
yeah,
no complaints from me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And like I said, we ask for video game movies, and then when we get movies that aren't horrible, like Hitman, like Max Payne, like every other movie that's not Detective Pikachu, Sonic, and Mortal Kombat.
I was just making sure Sonic was not included in that.
No, I love Sonic. I
was
can't
making
wait.
sure. I was waiting. I was like,
No,
what else you gonna say?
No, I love. It was funny because me and Joel were probably the only grown, because we went to a screener. We were probably the only grown men in that screener. So like we're screaming at moments and like we're looking around like, oh, is someone gonna share excitement? And it's like, oh, they're only
It's for us. It's for us.
There's only children there. So like at the end when hold on, did everyone see it before I actually, you know what? It's not even a spoil. When we see Tails at the end, me and Joel are going crazy, right? And then we look over and the kids are just like, I don't know.
A moment. What a moment.
No idea. And it's just like, oh, your parents suck, bro. Why are you here? Like, why are you here if you don't understand?
To distract them for 2 hours.
Oh my goodness. And put them in front of a television. They'll be fine. It's the same thing. Ugh. Hate parents like that. Raise your kids right. Let them know who Sonic and Tails are.
Wow.
Knuckles.
Everyone's catching strays tonight.
Yeah, sorry. I don't like that. I don't like when you bring your kids to movies like that and they have no idea what they're watching. Learn them, parents. Do your job. They don't need to know ABCs. They need to know who Batman is.
That is great.
I feel as a teacher, I need to say no. They do need to know their ABCs.
Look, if they don't know their ABCs, they won't be able to say Batman.
That's not true. How do you figure that?
If they don't know how to say B, how are they going to say Batman?
AJ, let me ask you this. And then we're gonna move on, okay? Because what you just said made no sense. You ready for this, AJ? Do you know that 2-year-olds, their first words are usually like mom or dad? It's not A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's
Lies
mom
and
and dad.
slander. That was my first word, was ABCDE.
Please, AJ, you still get the alphabet. Look at you. You stopped at E because you know you couldn't keep going. Yeah, no, my kid, if he says I know everything about Batman, but I know nothing about my times tables, I'm fine with that. I don't care. You've already succeeded at life. You know what
Wow,
you need
this
to
is
know.
killing
That's
me.
Batman.
This is really killing me. This is
I'm
killing
sorry,
me.
Ash. You're a teacher, so it's your job to teach those things. It's my job to teach the important things.
You just said our job was important. That's terrible.
My kid will be the only kid that's like, I don't know how to count money, but did you read Death in the Family? Like,
Oh God. Poor kid.
sorry, I'm horrible. I don't know what you guys want from me. Anyway, Ash, to close this out, what have you been watching?
So I haven't been watching that much, but I do have a list of things to watch that was recommended by me. Not by me. That was recommended.
I was just wondering how that conversation was going. Like, girl, Ash, you know what you need to watch? It's like, what do I need to watch, Sel?
Yeah.
Look at that list.
And AJ, I think you're gonna appreciate this because it's all anime. And so, but I'm only watching the first episodes of each of them, and like once a movie, so I can get a sense of which one I want to start, so I can watch them like with my students. So the first one is Mob Psycho. I'm doing one episode each of Attack on Titan and Tokyo Ghoul. Your Name and Weather with You, Garden of Words, and then Demon Slayer, the season, not the movie. So those are what I've been told.
Can I add one more
to watch. Oh Lord, yes.
You're a Lie in April. I think that would be a good one to watch too.
Okay.
And make them watch Dragon Ball Z.
I've already seen Dragon Ball Z.
No, make your kids watch Dragon Ball.
Oh, they've already seen Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, good. I don't be having faith in humanity. I don't be knowing, Ash. I don't just be saying things no more. I don't be knowing. So that's it. Just the list of anime that you're attacking.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, that's all. I haven't been watching anything that's not sports recently. So yeah.
Got you. All right. So I started Lucifer, the final season.
I need to
3 a.m.
When did that come out?
Like
Today.
Yes, yeah, today.
Could have watched that. Damn.
So I started that, but started to feel a little sacrilegious. So I had to take a break. I had to stop. I had to stop and go talk to Jesus. I got a copy of the new Fast and Furious. So I was able to see that. It was good. I don't know. I haven't enjoyed a Fast and Furious movie since Fast 5. So
Yeah,
is that the one?
So I was about to ask you.
There you go. Fair
I
enough.
was about to ask
That's
you.
the last one I saw.
yeah, I haven't enjoyed one since then. But I will say this.
I'm not gonna take this slander. No, we're not gonna do this. We're not.
I'm a huge
The
Fast Furious.
franchise ended a long time ago.
love
All this
it.
continuation.
Guys, we are not doing
To
this.
be ended a long time ago.
No.
Hold on. I didn't give any slander. All I said was I personally have not. I didn't say they were bad movies. I just said I haven't enjoyed one since Fast 5. I personally don't like that racing is not important, but I also get why they had to get away from racing. But Fast 5 was just such a jolt of lightning. Like, yes, yeah. And then when I'm sorry, Trevon, I'm gonna just say this. Once the two cars collided and they came through the windows at each other, it was just like
it's superhero film now.
Vin Diesel wants to be a superhero so bad. You will not catch
Okay.
the car, sir.
Hey,
You are not
embrace
catching
that.
the car.
Embrace that.
I'll say this.
Stop it.
I will say this. Fast and Furious has become, if anyone has ever wondered what an Avengers and Transformers movie would look like, that's what Fast and Furious has.
But why?
Embrace that.
Why not? Why
It's
not?
fun.
No. Guys, think about this. Vin Diesel in Fast One, the first one, would have been dead by now because
100%.
all the stunts he does, no. He wants to be superhuman so bad. He wants to start his own cinematic universe. So I'm so sorry to tell you, I'm not superhuman. Please.
I don't like a
I
hater.
don't understand what is the problem with this.
I will
Like-
say this. I did enjoy John Cena the same way I enjoyed The Rock when he first joined the Fast family. So John Cena was awesome in it.
Did you see Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love Hobbs and Shaw. I don't hate the Fast World. I just said I haven't enjoyed the team up movies since Fast Five. Again, I'm not saying they're bad.
I'm with you, Trevon. I'm with you.
I don't
You love
understand.
them, Trevon. I love that you love them. I'm not here to slander. But like I said,
Kind of
this
says I'm here to slander.
after seeing how this movie ends, it does. I do understand why the next one is the final one. I get it. I think what Fast should start doing is taking a lot of its characters that they've invested in and just do spinoffs. Like I can't say out of this movie who I'd like to see in a spinoff because I feel like it'll spoil things. But obviously give us another Hobbs and Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
If they wanted to do an all-female Fast movie where there's literally no guys, it's just all the women. Cool. It's a new way to explore the world. Obviously you guys all saw in the trailer that Han is back, so that's not me spoiling anything. That was literally in the trailer.
Spoiler alert.
Which I don't understand because as someone who's seen the movie, that would have been so much doper as a surprise if they had not put it in the actual marketing for this movie. But yes, I did enjoy it. I didn't hate it. I had to do what I always have to do. You have to suspend all belief.
Yes.
Put it into
Like in most of the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you have to watch them. That's not.
I'm gonna be honest with you, AJ. Nothing about Fast Five was just like, all right, this is like no.
I said after Fast Five.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yes. Driving Ferraris through large build. Okay, anyway.
Yes, amazing stuff.
Why are you in flying
Amazing
cars?
stuff.
Why are you in
I
flying
don't look
cars?
for
Why are you
Shakespeare
in
in my
flying
Fast and
cars?
Furious movies.
I didn't say I was looking for Shakespeare either. I just would like some semblance of like, oh yeah, I can
Listen,
go outside and do that.
Nah.
The fact that they keep upping the ante every time, you gotta respect it. Come
You know
on.
Take a film and enjoy it.
Hey,
Take a film and enjoy it.
Trevon, we're together.
Okay, so I'll say this to Trevon and AJ, who thoroughly love this universe.
Yes.
It's a very good movie. It has a few celebrity surprises in it, quite like how Hobbs and Shaw did. So you'll remember that.
I'm sure it's one in there I'm not gonna like, but yeah.
Wait, say it again. I didn't hear you.
Nothing. It's one person that I'm not gonna like. But yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. But yes, ultimately I did enjoy it. I don't know. My copy cut off once the credits started, so I don't know if there's an end credit scene or not. I'm not sure. So when you guys see it in theaters or however you see it, you can let me know. But the copy I got, once it ended and started to hit the credits, that was it. So
Let me take your copy then.
Say it again.
Let me take your copy.
Let you take a copy?
I want you to give me your copy. I want to watch it.
Sure. Don't hold your breath, but sure. What was I gonna say? So I started Lucifer season the final half of season 5. I got a chance to check out Fast. Obviously, I said I saw Cruella. What else? Am I missing something? I don't think I am. If I am, it's not important. Whatever. So that's what I've been watching. So that's it for me. All right, let's head into Army of Dead. I think it's very apropos that this movie was about zombies, somewhat mindless zombies, somewhat smart zombies, because I think that's how you could probably define most of Zack Snyder's fans. But anyway, Army of Dead came out last week.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute.
That was great. I love that.
Wait a minute.
I love that.
Wait.
Woo!
Hold
Wait,
on.
are there Zack Snyder fans here? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah, go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Oh,
My bad.
Now you know you're wrong for that. You know you're wrong for that one.
Wow.
That's all.
Man.
Wow.
It's okay.
Ooh, hashtag I love Zack Snyder, right? Because we're hashtagging
Yes.
now. That's a
Oh
hashtag.
no.
That's all Zack Snyder fans do. They just put a hashtag in front of it.
Hashtag. You know what I love, AJ? It's never hashtag world peace, hashtag stop racism. It's stupid stuff. But anyway, so Army of
Didn't
Dead
they
came out
raise
last
money?
week.
Mhm.
Didn't they? You know what? I'm not even going. We're not get to that. It's fine. It's fine.
All right,
It's
all
fine.
right,
Go ahead.
all right.
Go ahead.
You know, let the haters
So
say.
Army of Dead came out last week. This is where Zach created his legend, is with zombie movies. So it's very apropos that getting out of the shadow of all this craziness in DC, he gets back to where it all began, doing zombie movies. Now, I will say, I've heard mentions of time. Why are you showing me that, Trevon?
Because you deserve it.
I love him. There you go. That's why.
Yes, I love Batman too.
No, I'm not talking about that.
No,
We're
I'm
talking
talking
about this.
about
I
Zach.
love Ben Affleck too. What are we talking about?
Oh, you're funny.
Oh,
I love
bitter tonight.
I love cameraman A also. What are we?
You are bitter tonight.
I love that
Mm-mm.
cast also. I don't get
Mm-mm.
what he's supposed to be showing me here, but okay.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so Army of Dead came out. I thought it was cool. People were telling me there was apparently a time loop thing. I missed it. I gotta rewatch it. I knew
It
nothing.
was the
about it.
explanation that guy was talking about. It was
Yeah.
really not important part
Okay.
of the story.
Okay.
It's
Came
like
out of
it's
nowhere.
a lot of theorizing.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
This movie.
Unnecessary
so-
theorizing is what it is.
so you're saying, AJ, the story wasn't important like most of his movies. Anyway, so Army of Dead came out last week, like I said. So I'm going to pass it to the three people who we have not heard talk about this movie yet. Shekinah, I will start with you. What were your thoughts on Army of Dead?
Loved it. For some reason, the suspense didn't really do me like normal. Like I'm so proud of the suspense, but I liked it. You know, I could handle it very well. It was very good. I loved, which character did I love? The guy, his name, I can't remember his name. He was like, I don't know what his name was. He was the one that broke into the bank vault.
Oh, Didier.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved him. Like, he was like, when he died, I was like, no, like, tears were flowing because he sacrificed himself. What else? You know, I didn't get anybody's name, which is really bad. The girl whose dad was Batista. I'm just gonna do names because her,
The one that
I-
got all of
I-
them killed.
He was
Yeah,
so
she-
annoying.
I would
I
like to
hated
blame her
her.
for everything. I want to blame
Hold
her for
on.
everything. Because if she
Time out.
just stuck with everyone, then it all would have just, gone in the helicopter and ran her out. But she ruined everything. She did.
he made a video saying that it wasn't her character's fault. It's technically the fault of the lady who cut off that zombie lady's head. That's what sparked everything. Because
Your name
remember,
was
there was
his
the
face.
truth.
Wasn't it Kevin? It wasn't a lady. It was what's his name? He cut off. The head.
Oh yeah, it was that guy. It was the
It's
guy.
both. No, it's both of them. It's both of them.
It's still them.
It's-
Yep. I blame her
It's
still.
like it's both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I blame both of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
because she was stupid.
Why are we
and he was
debating? I'm
stupid.
blating. No, don't debate.
He's
I
It's
just-
okay.
He is so annoying. Why does he need to be in there in the first place?
realistically, what were you doing? What were you really doing?
Exactly.
She was like, "I'm going in there." You're like, for what?
For what?
They should have killed. They should have killed him as soon as
And
they
what
started.
happened? All the women end up dead anyway.
I was really
Exactly.
hoping-
All because you're
I
stupid.
was really hoping.
All the women die.
wanna-
All the women die.
At least the black guy did it.
But no, but he's
Oh, but
dead
the
now.
black guy got
Technically,
the worst
he's
out of
dead
it.
now. I mean, he's.
Yeah.
He's
At least
either
gonna
dead
die
now or
first. That's the big thing out of this.
wait. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, we didn't see any black people die very early on.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's 'cause Zach knows game.
That's because what?
Because
Ash?
Zach knows game.
You know, I have
Real
a
recognized
question.
real.
I have
I
a
mean,
question.
He
Girls
could have put
recognize
the black
real.
guy at the end live, but okay.
When
Yeah.
did you? I could have sworn I thought you liked these movies. Like, what happened to you?
Like what
Juwaan?
movies?
He switched up real quick.
It did. Like something
What
something
movies
happened.
don't I like? I said
He
Tia
Very
got
well
to
said.
you. Tia got to you.
Flip the
Tia
switch.
got to you.
What movie did I say anything about? I said nothing about any movie.
I don't know what happened, man. Something happened.
Are you talking about Zach's
Yes.
movies?
Something happened.
Did I
You
say
weren't
anything bad about Zach's DC movies? What did I say?
Yes,
All
you
right.
did.
What
You
did I
They are
said-
giving a little bit of
let,
shade.
let me read the receipt.
ahead.
When
Uh-huh.
when
Mhm.
AJ was talking about the line and the timeline, right? He said it was not of importance. and then you responded, much like Zach's scenes in his movies.
Oh yeah, bad scripts. Yeah, are we gonna say he does
So
not
isn't
have
that
bad
something?
scripts?
That
So
is
isn't
not
that
what. That's
something
not
bad
how you
though?
were talking before when Zack Snyder Justice League
Exactly.
came out. You weren't saying no. You weren't no.
I
don't know
said
where
I
that came
like
from.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. I did. I still stand by that. Do I think that he has the best scripts? No. I think you're crazy. So you left BVS like, damn, that script, bro.
I
had a
love
great time.
BVS. So you will never hear me say anything
I had
bad
a great
about
time.
BVS.
I'm gonna
You will
stay out of this one.
never hear
I'ma
me
stay
say anything bad
Hey,
about
Juwaan,
BVS.
you're 3 against 1 right now.
I had a great time.
I'm gonna stay out of this one. You got way too many Zack Snyder fans over here.
Yeah, it's the army. It's his army attacking me right now.
Which one, the mindless one or the smart one?
No. I didn't say army of the dead. I just said I didn't call y'all zombies. I just said his army is attacking me. Goodness gracious. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't put this episode out. Anyway, Shekinah, was there anything else you wanted to add about your thoughts on the movie?
I don't know. I liked it. That's all I have to say. It was great.
Okay. All right. Ash, I'm gonna go to you. Your thoughts on Army of the Dead?
I also liked it. I am not a zombie person. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. There were some scenes where I had to close my laptop a little bit. But by the time I was halfway, listen, I have no shame. I will mute and
Yes, I understand. I get it. I do.
But by the end of the movie, I was able to watch most of it without turning away and all of that. And for me, it was just the story. I didn't even the blood and all of that, and the violence and all of that didn't even get to me because I was actually enjoying it. There are obviously there are some parts that I was this could have been executed a little bit better, obviously with all movies, but I really enjoyed it as a non-zombie fan. Is it my cup of tea? No. Am I gonna rewatch it? Maybe once more, but it's not gonna be a movie that I go oh, I'm gonna go watch this. I'm not trying to have nightmares. What's this? No. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. To end this out, Trevon, your thoughts on Army of the Dead?
I had a great time. I love the blood and gore. I love the electric saw, I guess. That's what's his name? How you say his name?
Vanderhol?
Yeah, how you say it? Yeah. So yeah, I love the saw. I was like, yes, this is gonna be fun. He has a saw. Yes, go cut people up. It's great. I thought it was really interesting how some of the zombies were just mindless and then some of them were very smart, it seems. And I was like, well, there's something there. He says, Zach keeps saying he has more to it that he could do. And I was like, I wonder what that means. What why were they smart? Why was that one the leader of all of them? What is that? So I'm really curious on what that could be. I thought it was interesting how he got trapped. He got trapped in the vault, but that's how he survived. So it's it just
they could have all stayed in the vault. That's what I would say.
It's true.
Really, they
I was
and the money was there.
Exactly.
Survived.
You know what? They don't think.
Wait, AJ, why'd you say that like it was water? There was money there. They could have survived for days inside that.
I mean, VDA and what's his name? Vanderhol, they decided, they set safe and ran right back in.
Yeah.
The other one, you know what happened? Was her face ran off. That's what happened.
Yes. Silly woman.
Y'all sound like the people that condemn Star-Lord. Y'all gotta relax.
Hey, I will
forever. I'll down the line. I'll do it. I will condemn him always.
Oh, I definitely blame him. I blame him completely.
Because really and truly, could you not just keep your emotions in check for 1 second? We had to just keep them for 1 second. Just calm down. Calm down.
So you're not gonna say that to Tony Stark?
It's not the same. Hold on, pause.
That's not the same. Hold on. Here's how Tony's was worse. What was the first thing Bruce said to him when he saw him? We gotta call everybody. And what did Tony, the egomaniac, decide? No, I got it myself. I'm not gonna call the team and tell them, follow me to Titan so we can all attack.
We're never directing that. No. Let's
They were all
that's not what we're talking about.
This is not.
I need someone to demonstrate the glove. This is how far off the glove was from the hand. All you have to do was calm down for 1 second, just 1 quick second. All you have to do was be calm. You're doing Gamora, like no, come on.
Star-Lord just annoying. Anyway.
You are a grown ass man. You could have handled yourself a little better.
Hold on. Go ahead, AJ.
Would we be mad, or we be like, oh no, it's okay, it's fine.
Say it again, AJ, because we caught you at the end. Say it again.
Okay, so I said, if someone killed your boyfriend, would you be mad, or would you be like, oh, it's okay, it's fine?
We're about to get snapped out of existence.
But that's not, you got to give the full context.
Exactly.
This
is the thing. I would have to, let me
know. One person versus a whole million, couple billion people.
Like, do what you want. We get the thing all. Like, let's get it all over here.
And then you can do all the punching. Exactly. Then you can do all the punching you wanted.
Thing is,
let's get this thing off.
Go ahead and die. Go ahead, do whatever you want. Die.
Rationally when they're mad.
He's a superhero.
He's human. He doesn't have superpowers.
Well, anymore. It's supposed to be
anymore.
But anymore.
I mean, at the time, yeah.
I don't know. To me, I don't put a lot of blame on him. I put blame on why couldn't Drax and Spider-Man be stronger? Get that glove off quicker. Be stronger. Be better.
Okay.
Be better.
So they were throwing blame everywhere. Then
someone should have took the arm off.
We're throwing blame all over the place. Someone should
put blame everywhere. Spread it.
I mean, Thor could have came in. Thor came in all hot and heavy.
So you guys
let's just blame Thor too, because Thor didn't do the thing.
For the head?
A little bit. I blame everyone. You know what? Every said blame everyone. Everyone had their part to play.
Are we gonna also remember that Doctor Strange acted out of emotion and gave up the stone instead of just letting Tony die and getting out of there?
How was gonna get out of there?
That's not how. No, that's not how I remember it. I'm pretty sure I looked into all the realities, and in the reality that he gave him the stone, he had to give him the stone for us to win at the end.
And you're telling me no one else could have snapped but Stark, the human.
Oh, I agree. Somebody else could have snapped, but for the sake of story,
he was the only one that could get the stones out of the glove that way, though. Nobody else could have done that.
You cannot blame the story for this one, because you can say the same thing for Star-Lord too.
There you go.
Okay, everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, everyone.
Only on GVN Talk can we have a debate about who's to blame for Infinity War.
Star-Lord was dumb, and Tony saved the world. That's it.
Wait, what did you say, Trevon?
Star-Lord is dumb, and Iron Man saved the world.
Oh, you mean the world that he doomed by creating Ultron? And...
Okay, we're not gonna do. Okay,
okay.
Whatever.
Cool. I love
how Vision is great. We're happy Vision is here.
The right person now. Come on.
We have selective amnesia because we like
exactly.
Okay. All right. I see how it works here. I see how it works. Yeah. Stark can do no wrong. Zach can do no wrong. I love the world.
I mean, okay.
I didn't say that. We didn't say that.
I'll be honest. I don't like Star-Lord anyway.
Behind DC.
I'll be honest.
Anywho's, let's move on to some. Let's stay on Marvel. Let's talk the Eternals trailer. We got a trailer for the Eternals. We had been waiting for this trailer to get an idea on what this movie was about, and I love how they answered none of those questions. So I will start with you, Trevon. What were your thoughts on this Eternals trailer?
Where were they all this time? That's my first question. That was like literally my first question when I saw the trailer. I was like, so you watched the invasion of New York? You watched?
I have a theory on all that though. We'll get into that later.
I will say this before you go any further, Trevon. I get where everyone's coming from, but we do have to remember we know nothing about where they've been. So when we say you've been watching, it's not a Martian Manhunter thing where they were legit there just like, damn, that's so crazy.
Sure. That's what it made it sound, but
that's the vibe I got from it.
I don't think the Eternals were doing that. I think the Eternals were more so either scattered in different places. And remember this. Remember how no one thought the Ancient One did anything to help the attack on New York? And then we see Endgame and we see that she was helping out during the attack.
She was defending the Saints, so she wasn't helping.
She helped the Hulk, and
that's what what are we saying here, Trevor?
Where did you see that?
Where
She
she
was on
gave him
top
the
of.
stone. She could have not
Yeah.
given him the stone.
She wasn't helping him stop it. Okay, whatever. Okay,
She was
whatever.
doing all that
Hold on.
thing
So
flying
hold
the
on.
snow.
So hold on. So you're telling me that if she didn't
Mhm.
give him the stone, the Hulk would have been able to snap everybody back?
Y'all talking about what happened in Endgame. I'm talking about when the movie was happening. We did
That's my
not see
point.
her.
But that's my point though. We did not know. So when you get to Endgame, we do see that she was doing stuff. So all I'm saying is we are saying where have they been? They've just been watching all this chaos happen.
Not only
that,
did she
yeah.
Have a
I don't know, she gave him information on how to get the rest of the stones as well.
Right.
In the movie.
Right. She
Okay.
played a pivotal part in that point of the movie. And I'll also add, yes, was she defending the Sanctum Sanctorum? For sure, because she also just have put like a protection around the sanctum and just went back inside. Yes. Yeah. So we don't know that she wasn't helping other buildings that were about to get hit or whatnot. So it was just really cool to see that she wasn't just sitting inside eating popcorn.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, yeah, of course. I
So
also think that
that's all I'm saying.
I also think the Eternals might thought Thanos was right, and that's why they didn't do anything. But that's my dark thoughts. I was like, maybe they was just like, oh, maybe there's too many people here. Maybe we didn't need to wipe out half the universe, and then they just let it go. That's another thought that I had. I don't know. They could be evil. I mean, they're Eternals. Who knows how they think? We're gonna find out, I guess.
But you saw them in the trailer land and help humanity, and your mind went to
One of them helped you humanity. One of them.
It was different scenes of all of them helping humanity.
I mean, what's his
see that.
face from Invincible? His father came in with the intention of helping humanity, and look what happened.
Well,
no, but he didn't. He said his mission was always to destroy Earth. He just got caught
Well,
up.
we don't know. That could be their mission.
I'm glad. I mean,
looks so sick.
Do you have anything else, Trevon, to add to this?
Let's see. I thought the super speed was cool. I thought the energy sword was cool. What's his name? Faustus. I don't know how he says. The black guy. It looked like. Sorry, I don't know their names. I'm just going with it. Okay, I know it's Brian T. What's his name? Whatever his name is. Anyway, it looks like he was doing some kind of like cool, whatever he was doing. And I saw online somebody was like, maybe he's the reason that Wakanda has all the technology and all that. I was like, cool, that'll be interesting. All right, yeah, that's it. Okay. I don't think it wasn't you, but I mean, okay, but cool. But I don't know much about these people. So hey, that's whatever. We'll see. That's all I got. It was a fun trailer.
All very possible. All very possible. Ash, what were your thoughts on the Eternals trailer?
I liked it. Didn't learn much about what it was going to be about. And also I don't know much about Eternals. You're going to be happy to hear that I'm not going to Google.
Thank goodness.
Well, I did.
Thank goodness.
Yet. I'm going to wait until the second trailer comes out. But I loved it visually. For me, I'm a very big visual person, especially if you're doing a superhero type of movie, any type of fantasy, sci-fi, anything within that genre. I need to be able to buy into the world and how beautiful it is. And I really enjoyed the visuals of it. I thought it was really nice there. I mean, I love me some Angelina Jolie. So she had already sold the movie for me when I heard she was in it. So I'm there just for her, if nothing else. So that's how I feel about it. I like it. I want to see the second trailer. Hopefully they give us a little bit more. That way we can stop speculating, because I would actually like to know more about this before it actually comes out. So yeah.
Did I know AJ did, but did anybody else catch that there were 4 different types of Captain America shield in this trailer?
Saw one, I think.
What? Nope.
4.
It's all right.
There was one during Kumail Nanjiani's Bollywood scene. The 2 guards in the back had a shield with the star in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It was before they did their big pose. There was a shot of somebody behind Angelina Jolie with a shield with a star on it. Then when you see Sprite in what I assume is like a private plane singing, behind her is Cap's very first shield that has like it's like not a triangle, but it's kind of like this
Like
shape.
a badge. Yeah.
Right, like a badge. Yes, exactly. And the biggest thing, AJ, we didn't even talk about this. The biggest thing that stood out to me was at the end when she said, now that Stark and Captain Rogers are gone, who will lead the Avengers? And the reason why that stood out to me was she didn't call him Captain America. So that scene might take place right after the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because it sounds like she's acknowledging that he's not Captain America. There's a new Captain America. So she's referring to him as Captain Rogers. The only other person we've heard call Steve Captain Rogers was the woman he decided to spend the rest of his life with instead of being a hero in this main continuity. So that was very interesting that she went with that name. Go ahead, Trevon.
I had a quick question. I have not seen Chloe Zhao's movies or anything like that, but I have heard it's slower, it's a lot of scenery, stuff like that. Anybody worried about that being like this movie being a little bit?
Oh, it's totally different. For what was it? Nomad?
I just thought about Lord of the Rings and I just didn't. I hope it's not.
No, I don't think we're gonna get those type of vibes.
I'm worried about that.
No.
I was like,
I don't think so.
It does have a large story to tell. I was the only theory I had, AJ, that I slept on was the idea that they could very well create the first mutant, which we know to be Apocalypse. Apocalypse could be what comes out of this movie, not as a bad guy for this movie, but he could have been the very first mutant that they created with the mutant gene. So that's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting to think about. But yeah, this movie has a lot on its table. This movie could be how Stark became who he is. They could have been who advanced technology that ended up, with what Howard had, and then ended up. And I'm starting to think, now that I brought up the shields to you guys, I'm starting to think maybe the Eternals is who gave Howard the idea of that round shield, and the idea of putting a material in it that makes it invincible. So I'm interested, and I do believe, me and AJ have said this for forever, this movie will be how they explain how the mutant gene began. And I think some way or another, whether it's a big bang that happens or whatever, they are how mutants are formed in the MCU. So.
Well, the way they can explain it without, I don't think it needs to be in this movie, really. The Celestials are the ones that actually created Inhumans, much like they created the Eternals. So, like I said, it doesn't really have to be in this movie. Since we're getting a sequel as well, I think they already confirmed a sequel for Eternals. I think they can expand upon the Eternals with Inhumans next, and that's how we can get closer to like Apocalypse and X-Men and all of that too. Since we're getting
Miss Marvel,
Kamala Khan, and the Miss Marvel series. So I think they're gonna, maybe even in this first Eternals movie, they might find a way to bring in the Inhumans, Black Bolt, Medusa, and everyone. I think they'll probably figure out a way to bring them in the first Eternals. Maybe.
Cool. Inhumans or X-Men, either way. Shekinah, what were your thoughts on the trailer?
Like everyone else, I was thinking, where the hell have you been, kind of thing, standard stuff. But I just think something must have stopped them from intervening. There must have been something. They wouldn't just like not intervene. Obviously, I think they'll explore that in the movie.
we hope.
I'm happy to see another speedster, because the last person we had got killed in the first movie he was in. So, I'm happy to see that we've got one in now, which is good. Excited to see that. And also, the point you made about them saying Captain Rogers is gone. I don't like how they're saying he's gone. Like, when we finished Endgame, there was no he's gone. He's just old. Like even in Falcon Winter Soldier, they're saying he's on the moon. Like I just don't like the uncertainty of where he is. I kind of just want to know exactly where he is. The whole he's gone, he's dead, I just need someone to confirm for me because
remember,
mind is not.
Remember, the world thinks he's dead. Because the very next movie we got after Endgame was Spider-Man, where it was a moratorium and he's in it as the Avengers that died. So the world thinks he's dead. You got to remember, the only reason Torres said that, Torres works for the government. So there's probably people theorizing like, oh, I heard he didn't die. I heard he just went to the moon or blah, blah, blah. So within like higher ranks, I think there's theories. I think there's only two people that actually know where he is, and that's Bucky and Sam.
I feel like the Eternals should know as well, but are they all knowing?
Should know where he is?
They're
not all seeing, Trevon.
I'm sorry. That's what they did. That's what it gave me. It gave me that they know all. That's what they got. That's what it gave me.
I can tell you that's the one thing I do know of their powers. None of them are all seeing. So no, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. They would have the means to go find out, but I don't think any of them are that invested that it's like, let me go see where this old guy is. I think so to them, he's just gone. They don't know. You know, they don't know where he is. So who knows? AJ, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, one more the theory I had. The issues y'all have a little bit on this. I do have a theory that they will die in this first movie, and that will explain why they missed so many events between Avengers and Endgame. So basically, if you guys are confused, the Eternals are basically internal, but they can die. It'll just take them a longer amount of time to come back to life.
So picture Hawkman.
But yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's my theory of why they haven't like shown themselves, or in the recent comics, most of them lost their memory, so they can still be.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, I think I know what happens. I think because we saw they're making all this technology, these weapons for these people. I think they experience some of humanity's greatest wars that they feel responsible for, and it's this one moment that happens that because one of the Eternals has the ability to control minds. So I think right. So I think there might become a point where they start to lose faith in humanity. So someone decides to wipe their memory of everything they've ever done. So they kind of just stay away from, because think about it. Ultron, Loki are very much like your problem. Thanos is a galaxy-wide problem. Like if Thanos succeeds, right. So I think by the time they realize what's happening with Thanos, I think at that moment it's when Stark ends it, and then that's when they're like, from here on out, we can't sit back. We have to get involved. But I think mainly towards the end of that movie, it'll be a conflict that's big enough that needs them, that they can't just say, well, just let Captain Marvel handle it. So I think that's very possible. Now, last thing I want to say before we move on, did you guys notice a little knife in that trailer that someone was handing someone else? That little knife looks eerily familiar. The top of Namor's trident. I think the volcano we see in this trailer could have plummeted that land deep into the ocean, and that's what created Namor's home. And a peace giving was helping create Atlantis and getting it up off of its feet. And then that weapon was kind of like a peace offering to them for what they did to their land. So Namor could be what pops up from this. We do know in Endgame that there were tremors under the water in Wakanda. And, you know, it was kind of just like, oh, whatever, it happens. But it's very possible someone down under the sea was causing some trouble. So Eternals, like I said, could be a gateway to a lot of really cool things. So we'll have to wait until later this year to see what all of those cool things are. But all right, let's move on. We got some news. Not the news a lot of people wanted, but Aaron Taylor Johnson has signed a large deal to become Kraven for Sony. I know a lot of people hated it. A lot of people wanted Stefan Kapisic, who was Colossus in Deadpool, because he has the accent, he has the build. I'm going to just tell you guys this now. I reported this back when Venom first came out. Sony is not interested in accuracy. Sony is interested in taking characters no one cares about and casting big names to sell the characters. It's why they went after Keanu Reeves. It's why they went after John David Washington. It's why they ended up with Aaron Taylor Johnson. So if going forward, you're looking for someone who looks more like the character, sounds more like the character, don't. Think about who's hot in Hollywood and then wrap your mind around the possibility that is who that character will be played by. So I don't really care. A Kraven movie is just as stupid as a Venom movie, just as stupid as a Morbius movie. So me personally, good for Aaron. Clearly that means Feige had no interest in bringing Quicksilver back, which makes me cry because I told you guys if Quicksilver doesn't come back, I don't think he'll make Wanda Magneto's daughter. And we also won't get Polaris. So very sad day for me. But AJ, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on Aaron Taylor Johnson becoming Kraven?
I like the casting. This also just tells me that Kevin Feige and Sony don't really want to try to connect the two worlds, sort of. Mm-hmm. So either way, I like the casting. I'm excited for a Kraven movie. Sadly, Spider-Man won't be in it, most likely.
No, he won't. I can tell you right now.
If they didn't do Venom, they're not gonna do.
Hell no. And Venom had Tom Hardy, so if they weren't interested in mixing that, yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I think Kraven's movie will be about his first hunt and him becoming the master hunter. And then if that leaks into doing stuff with Spider-Man down the road, sure. But this movie would definitely be about building him becoming the massive hunter that he is. So
yeah, I'm not gonna be mad over it. It is what it is. Like basically what you are on right now. It's not mad, not sad, not happy. It's
just
cool.
Whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Just whatever.
Sony. It's Sony. Wasn't really happy for Venom, but it was okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to Sony, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. They won't give you a Miles Morales, but they're creating a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman movie. So it just lets you know no one understands what they're doing over there. You know, quite like another company we'll talk about really soon.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is their animated stuff. That's all.
I'm looking forward to Sony hitting rock bottom and selling. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for them to go into a full Fox. That's what I'm fingers crossed. Fox it out here, baby. All right, Shekinah, I want to
buy them Apple.
Say it again. Buy them Apple.
I want Apple to buy
Hell
them.
no, I want Amazon.
No, it'll Spider-Man reverse, so it doesn't matter who buys it.
Right? Yeah, Spider-Man will go back, which is fine. But I think that's the tough part. That's why I think they're not in a rush to sell, because they know the biggest thing that they have is Spider-Man, and whoever buys it would lose Spider-Man. So you'd have to really sell them on 21 Jump Street, Men in Black, and all the other stupid Sony movies that they try to sell you on.
Now hold on now. 21 Jump Street was fun. Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead.
What are your thoughts on Aaron Taylor Johnson being casted as Kraven?
I love him a lot. So happy that he's working. However, as you guys have been saying, like, there's only so far I can go with these characters that are Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man. It doesn't really... 2 and 2 is not making 4. So I feel like I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it. But what's the point? Anyway. That's literally it. Like, I'll watch it, but you can only go so far without Spider-Man. Like, what's the point? Like, just
That-
don't build up.
That's the issue with us, though. Like, we don't want it, but we were like, okay, fine, we'll watch it, and then we'll end up giving them the money, and then they'll make more of this crap. So,
well, to be fair, X-Men, that last X-Men movie made some money, and Fox still folded. So
That
it's
was
just,
hot garbage.
it's just the idea of we just have to trash it. We just have to, like, even if we like it, we just gotta be like, man, that was doo-doo. Like, don't nobody. That's what drove Fox into into the ground. So we just gotta all do our part. Just to put this out there, Shekinah, you know, because you're saying you're a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson. Apparently, he got the role because of the movie Bullet Train that's coming out soon with Brad Pitt, and that's such a crazy cast for that movie. Apparently, they blew him away with his performance in that movie. So seeing him in action was one of the biggest things that they said, okay, he could be Kraven the Hunter. So again, all that sounds great, but I don't remember reading a Kraven comic book that did not have Spider-Man in it. So it's like, all right, okay. Ash, I'm gonna go to you. Your thoughts on this casting?
I got nothing. I don't know much about the character. Like all I know is if you're gonna have that movie just based off of what y'all are saying, and there's no Spider-Man, it's like, why? But I could also like understand like wanting to like take things like in a different direction. So yeah, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I got his name right? I did.
Yeah.
I've seen him like in like 1 or 2 movies really. He's good. Like I don't really have an opinion. Like I think once I learn more about like, oh, what's the movie going to be about? Like how are they going to do it and all of that? That's when. But other than that, I'm like, good for him. Glad that he has a film, like that's always amazing. But other than that, I got nothing for him.
Yeah, I will say Kraven's greatest storyline was The Great Hunt, and that was with Spider-Man. So
Ooh.
It's like seeing it's how I felt after leaving that first Joker movie, to where I'm like, you essentially did the Killing Joke with no Batman. I don't like.
I mean, you get baby Batman before he's Batman, the baby child.
That's kind of like the only reason why I'm like a little excited, because I actually did love the Joker, and then
I liked the movie. I did enjoy the movie. I did.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it.
You guys are saying all great things. Yes, it was a good movie for sure. No arguments here. Batman's 5. What are we talking about right now? Like, you're gonna make another movie? Like, who's stopping Joker? Because then if you're telling me it's the cops, you're essentially giving me Gotham again. And I hated Gotham because it's a world of Batman villains with no Batman.
We've seen Thomas Wayne as Batman before. Thomas can take up the mantle.
So this is like
I mean, it's an Elseworld.
You know they'll try it.
I
agree
They
with
would
that.
try it. They would.
It is technically an Elseworld movie, so if they
would
try it.
I
don't put it past them to try that.
I doubt they'll do that, but if they do it, then yeah, cool.
Anyway,
so Juwaan, you went from firing shots at the beginning of this to just
because it's I don't know. I don't know. I just seeing how okay people are with like, yeah, no, they're not going to use Bruce Wayne for the whole purpose of Bruce Wayne. Yeah, who cares? Just use somebody else. I'll never understand it until I can get an actual great portrayal of who Bruce Wayne and Batman are. I'm not ready for a Terry McGinnis. I'm not ready to give the keys to Dick Grayson. I'm not ready to give the keys to Thomas Wayne. Do Bruce Wayne right. A young Bruce Wayne that can grow old with the viewers, and then you can spin off and have your Nightwings, your Red Hoods, your Red Robins. Some people are just like, I've had enough of Bruce Wayne. Give me Terry McGinnis. And it's like,
and that's okay. Everybody
Amazon
can
official
have
for you.
What? I don't get how you guys have watched all these Bruce Waynes and went, yeah, I've had enough.
that's because I can enjoy the different versions of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, sure, because none of them have been accurate. So it's like, sure, they're all pieces of a puzzle.
Except
I'm
for
waiting
Ben
for the
Affleck.
puzzle to be put together.
Exactly.
Like,
Thank you. Thank you. I was
I
gonna
didn't hear
say
what AJ said. Would you say, AJ?
I say except for Ben Affleck.
What do you mean? Oh, no, he was the whole puzzle for sure. But clearly we didn't get enough of him, so it's really hard to count him. But Trevon, to end this out on this casting news, your thoughts on Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven?
Oh, I like him. Happy for him. Just like everybody else. Why is this movie being made? But then when we saw the Morbius, I think it was we saw the Morbius trailer, and we saw, I think it was Raimi's Spider-Man suit on the wall. Then we saw Vulture in there. We assume he's Vulture. It doesn't make sense any other way. So I was always wondering, like, are they going to try to do something where they pull these together, and then they push Morbius back and they're doing like reshoots or something? I just don't have any faith in what Sony is doing at this point. And when they did that, I was like, okay, maybe they're trying something here. And then they pushed the movie back, and I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on anymore. So they're randomly they're trying to use as much of the Spider-Man IP as they can. I get it, but it's like, where are we going with this? Like, going. Yes, we're getting Venom and Carnage. Cool, a nice fight. Sure, it'll be fun. We're all in the back of our mind, like, this is a Spider-Man character. Like, we can't keep doing this. How many more characters you gonna pull out? Like, how many more you gonna do? Like, this is ridiculous. But it's fine. I'm just ready for them to be sold, and I'm ready for Marvel to get it back at this point. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Like everybody said, I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I'm going to watch it. But it's fine. But it's I don't know. I don't know what Sony's doing over there, man.
We hate it, but we accept it. That's
Venom was fun. Venom was fun.
Not in this corner.
I don't accept.
Not in this
nothing.
corner.
I accept nothing. You just heard me complain about not accepting things. I do not accept.
Yeah, and you're gonna watch it anyway.
Since you mentioned
that's not
Bullet
accepting
Train,
it. Go ahead, Trevon.
I had to look up that movie. His name in the movie is Tangerine. Very intriguing to me. I just want to say that. His character's name is Tangerine. Very interesting. Can't wait to see this movie. All right, anyway. All right. That's all I got.
All right, let's move on here. Let's go into the topic I've been waiting to talk to you guys specifically about, and that is who should buy DC.
Ooh.
Clearly we've seen that some parts of Warner in DC is heading over to Discovery. Apparently the guy in charge over there in Discovery wants to do right, wants to move things in the right direction. The reason why I am not sold on DC being sold is, think about this. When you buy a new car, right? And there's this brand new top of the line Ferrari, beautiful. It's in your price range. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out here driving it. It's the popular one. You want to go with the popular one, right? My fear is if they sell DC, whoever buys it will want to go off of popular. What's been the most popular thing about DC in the past year? Snyder. I don't need more of that shit. I don't need any more of it. I need whoever buys it to say we are wiping everything clean. We are starting from point A.
Big mad.
We are going to
if Netflix get it, it's over.
That's what I need. I don't.
Listen.
Think about property.
Trevon, that would be so nice. Ooh, Netflix, do your thing.
Netflix can't afford it. I've looked into Netflix's numbers. They can't.
Come on.
They cannot afford it.
They afford everything else.
That's what loans are for.
No, they don't. But
I know they're in debt, but they're still buying stuff though somehow. I don't know what's going on.
Amazon. Well, here's the thing. Think of it like this, Trevon. DC will cost you at least $10 to $15 billion.
Okay, well, Amazon.
You get a chance, look up Netflix's net worth, and then that'll let you know how much they can afford with a property like this. This is more so an Amazon, Apple. That's more so in their range. Apple makes money just purely off of phones. But I don't know. I don't know who should buy DC. I only would feel good about someone buying DC if they want to start from scratch. If they want to scrap everything, start from the beginning. You can take certain pieces and incorporate it, but you can't keep what they're doing, because what they're doing is very flawed.
So you want to wipe out Robert Pattinson's Batman?
I am 100% okay if I just get this movie and then we're starting with a new.
Oh, so you want no. You can't pick and choose.
Wipe everything.
No, you wipe everything.
I just said that. I said if we only get that one movie.
No, we're not getting that either.
You said wipe everything, and you can't.
How do you get rid of a movie you've already filmed and invested money in? That doesn't make any sense.
Same way WB got rid of the Snyder Cut.
It's not done.
But we got the Snyder Cut.
That's what I'm saying. What are we talking about?
True. The point is,
after how many years?
It's the same thing Marvel did when they got the rights back to from Fox. They still put out New Mutants. That wasn't something that was theirs. So you wouldn't scrap something that somebody's already finished. Zach did not finish.
It's not finished though.
They finished filming.
They did
finish filming. Did they finish post-production?
Post-production will be done by the time the sale goes through.
Okay.
You guys aren't making any sense with that. That didn't make any sense. But yes, if I only get that one movie from Robert Pattinson and then we start from the beginning, I'd sleep well at night. I don't mind. I don't care. Just start from the beginning. What you're doing now is not working. It's just not working. It does need to be sold, but it needs to be sold to somebody who's willing to walk in and tell everybody you're fired, and then you're starting from the beginning. An actual young Bruce Wayne, a young Wonder Woman, a young Superman. A Green Lantern would be nice. That's not every other damn Lantern except for the one that we've grown up with, which is either Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan. Who cares about Alan Scott? I don't care about all these other stupid Lanterns. Give me the OG. Give me Hal. Give me John. Start with that and then branch off. It'd be like if they were like, hey, we want to do Nightwing and we want to do Batgirl, and then we'll bring in Batman. Who would ever want that? Give me Batman, because they don't exist without him.
All this is literally just a mess.
Give me him first. So in my opinion, sell it, but give it to somebody who's willing to tell everybody to get the hell out and start from the beginning. That's my thoughts. Shekinah, I'll go to you because I love the faces you're making right now.
So, no, I think like everyone that I've spoken to, like, yeah, Disney. I think that's the easy option, just to think Disney. But I don't know if that would be as
I don't know about that
as
one.
as pretty as everyone thinks it would be. I just don't know if that would be as pretty as everyone thinks it. I don't know about Disney. I mean, my thoughts were Amazon. I thought Amazon wouldn't be a bad idea if they bought it, because they can do that angle, but they just bought the MGM or whatever it was. I don't remember the other day, so they probably don't have any place to buy anything for a while. So Amazon was my dream. We're not gonna get Amazon, so I don't know now.
Amazon one doesn't have a studio. That's why I was like, let them buy something.
Wait, say it again, Trevon.
Apple is the only one that hasn't bought like something like
an
that.
IP.
It's true.
Yeah.
But can Apple do superhero though? Apple haven't done any superhero things. I'm not really feeling. Yeah. They do.
I don't know. I don't think
Apple's interested. I mean, again, they make their money from phones, so it's like they're not in desperate need to join into this streaming war. Excuse me.
But they have the Apple TV they wouldn't have Apple TV. Like, I feel like Apple TV, they're missing a property, a superhero property. They don't have that. It's missing.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
True.
We'll see, because there's a lot of IPs that they could go with, but they're just choosing not to. So we'll see. I don't think Amazon's out of the running. I really don't. I really do. There's a reason Jeff Bezos is the richest man in all of America, or the world, rather. So I wouldn't find it hard to believe that he's just like, all right, did the check go through for MGM? It did. All right, write another one. We're gonna buy Warner. We're gonna buy all of Warner. So I don't know. I would say hold on to that Amazon thought. But I would also say hold on to the idea that this guy from Discovery might just outright buy everything. If he can kind of figure out a winning formula, he might just cut enough of a check to just get it all. Clearly, Warner Brothers looking to sell. So you said what?
They do have Discovery Plus.
which is
So they
actually
want
part
something
of
for that.
which is actually part of Disney, if I'm not mistaken. That's part of the bundle package you could get. So that's
No, that's
weird.
no. That's Hulu. They have
That's
Hulu
Hulu and
and Disney
The
ESPN.
Plus
Hulu.
and ESPN.
Hulu, ESPN, and Discovery.
What's
No,
Discovery Plus? What's that? Is that
Discovery's
streaming
different.
site?
Oh,
Discovery's separate. That's not that's not the same
Sure?
thing.
that was one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because it's a 3-part bundle. Maybe it's
Yeah,
Disney Plus,
it's
ESPN.
ESPN. Yeah, and
It's
Hulu.
ESPN and Hulu because
Yeah.
Discovery's not part of it at all.
No. Mm-mm.
A History
No.
Channel or nothing.
Oh, it's National Geographic. That's
National
what's part of it.
Geographic. Got it.
That's
I
what's
knew
part
it was
of it.
something that was boring. Got you. Okay. Ash, I'm gonna go to you. Your thoughts on if DC should sell, and if so,
I
I'd like to see it go.
I want Amazon. And the reason why is because they already have I can't pronounce it, so excuse me, like Comixology or whatever. Like they already own a comic like book like platform. Already they already have like DC things coming through it. So like there's not like they're completely a fish out of water. And also I think Amazon, regardless, I think they just do content really well. And my thing is that I want someone to take care and love these characters like I love them. Right? Like that's what I want. Like I don't care about when I'm going to get them. I want, if you're going to give them to me, I want to be able to say that this is the character that I know and this is the character that I love. I know that you put in the work behind it, and I don't want them to like do like the like go with the formula that we already have. You know, like I want them to be unique. I want them to do their own thing. If they like need, yeah, actually I'm gonna just stop right there. So like I would want to go to Amazon. Like I would trust Amazon with it the most out of all of them. I do not want them to go to Disney. I feel like Disney already has its formula of what it wants and what it's looking for. And I just
They
I just
haven't
can't.
even done anything with Deadpool yet for me. I need to see what they do with that first before.
Well,
So they have
I
something
think
harder.
I think we over exaggerate the idea of DC of Marvel, well not Marvel. Disney couldn't keep the formula of DC going. Is just the idea of they already have Star Wars and Marvel, and to keep that
Exactly.
$1 billion business is difficult as is. I think if you give them control of all three of the biggest IPs in the history of
Too
geekdom,
much.
it's
That's
just
too that's too much.
someone's gonna lack. Someone's gonna lack, and we've already had lacking from Star Wars. So it's like we don't really need any stress with bringing that in. So people just have to realize, just because Feige is doing amazing with
Exactly.
Marvel doesn't mean no one else on the planet Earth can do good with DC. It could go somewhere else and someone could do just fine with it. I wanted Amazon once I heard that once I spoke to Robert Kirkman, who created Invincible. Once he said that Amazon didn't tell them they had to restrict anything in that show, I'm like, Robert, they let you just explode heads and everything? He said, yeah, they were fine with all of it. I was just like, oh, yeah. DC would be great here. It would be great. It would be awesome here. So, yeah, I'm with you on Amazon. Once he told me that, I said, that's great hands right there. AJ, where do you think it should go, man? Do you think they should even sell? Or do you think this bridge is fixable?
They should just keep it. To be honest, they should just keep it. What I would do is just take everybody that doesn't know what they're doing.
Them out.
Take them
Kick
all
them out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just pull them to the curb, basically. And much like what Shekinah was saying, not Shekinah, Ash was saying, get people who actually love these characters, get people who understands these characters and story-wise and all of that. Because for me, I just have this feeling that right now they're too focused on just movie by movie instead of like the overall story. So they pitch one movie and then after that they go to another movie instead of like pitching a whole world, which will definitely take time for sure. Yeah, and I feel like that's what Kevin Feige's doing with Marvel. He's pitching a whole world instead of a movie by movie basis.
I hope that they
And
connect.
I think that's what Star Wars is doing right now as well. Before it was just movie by movie, but now I feel like they're doing world by world by world, and I feel like they're being more consistent and focusing on the entire world rather than the entire movie itself. And I think we need more people like that controlling DC instead of people just focusing on a movie by movie basis. So overall, I think they should just keep the movies, keep the DC property, but just get everybody out that just doesn't know what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's fixable. It is. You just have to look $1 billion in the face and say it doesn't matter. Like, you have to be able to say, damn, I like what James Wan was doing with Aquaman. I like what Patty was doing with Wonder Woman. You have to not care. You have to not care, and you have to realize, that's why I said I don't understand everyone that's like, you don't need a shared universe. You don't need the movies to connect. And it's just like, but you grew up on Justice League Unlimited. That was not sporadic. That was all one entity. It
Justice
all
League, Batman, Superman.
That's what I'm saying. That was all one thing.
Yeah.
And you got people saying, I don't need it to connect.
Which is why I don't understand they've had all their characters and do better.
Like, I think people confuse having to have Superman in a Batman movie to the idea of Superman can exist in the same world Batman does, and we don't hear about it because he lives all the way over here and he lives all the way over here.
Technically, they're across the river.
Wait, say it again?
Zack Snyder first.
Oh, yeah, no, that was the stupidest thing ever. I despise that. Making them a bridge to where they bridge each other.
See, I wasn't trying to go all of that. I was just, you know what, we can go back to where we were before.
That was, no, because now you brought it up. That was the stupidest thing ever. That was the stupidest thing ever. Ugh. And then I thought he was going to give the parallel to where Metropolis was bright and Gotham was dark. And then he had both dark. And it's like, why doesn't he get it? There's light. There's light, Zach. Superman is hope. That should be bright. Bright. Anyway. So yes, AJ, I agree with you. You can keep the IP and just do better. But you have to stop making movies that don't mean anything and connect a universe and then just build from that said universe. So it's fixable. It's fixable. We'll see if they can fix it, but I don't know. Trevon, I'm gonna go over to you, man. Close this out. Your thoughts, man.
I'm still confused on exactly how this deal. Like, does AT&T still own it? I'm trying to understand it.
They share it. But what's happening is, AT&T wants to get away from Warner Brothers. They want to sell it. So it's the idea of it's a work in progress to where at some point, someone will make the decision of I don't want it anymore, and then they'll move it to somebody else.
And I just find it interesting because I don't know. All this to me is the battle of streaming services. That's all it is. Like, Discovery has Discovery Plus, AT&T has HBO Max, but then if they sell Warner Brothers, they lose like a lot of that stuff. I don't understand it. I don't understand why would you even do this, but you know they're doing it and they're moving it away to its own independent company. I don't understand, but anyway, they're doing that.
Be in the entertainment business anymore. That's
right. That's not who they are really. They don't want to do that.
So happens to HBO Max is built into my cell phone plan. But anyway, it's fine.
No, well, think of it like this. It's like the idea of how can I put this? So pretty much this is like DC getting a new step parent. You don't change your last name. You just become part of that new family, right? So it's the idea of HBO Max will probably still be its own thing. Warner Media will probably be its own little division within Discovery. They're not looking to call it Discovery Channel, and that's what DC means now. Like, they're not going to overhaul everything.
Yeah.
So they'll hold on to it. Like, I think when Feige took over Fox, I think there were thoughts of doing a division where you could just house rated R movies.
Yeah.
So it's just the idea that they're not gonna overhaul it like that. They'll probably still want to call it Warner Media or whatever, and let it be its own division that they can work directly out of, like how Marvel is a division of Disney. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
they'll probably just try to assess it like that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting. I mean, I would like Amazon to have it. They seem to be the most faithful to their IPs that they do have. Like The Boys and Invincible are giving me great examples of they can do this. Um, and they're willing to spend the money on this stuff. What I heard about Lord of the Rings, I was like, okay, they're willing to really spend
I think
money on
that's
this
a
stuff.
one-time thing, though. That Lord of the Rings is gonna be a one-time thing.
Also, think of it like
Uh,
this: they still haven't began filming because people keep dropping out of that.
Exactly.
No way.
Yeah, that's not even been made. Lord of the Rings might become the modern day Crow. It might become the modern day version of the Crow. So we're talking about it for months, but then we go, when did they finish filming? And it's like they never started.
I didn't know that. I
Don't
thought they
say
filmed
that. Don't
something
say
already.
that.
No, because
Interesting.
they lost their star in Will Poulter. Then they lost, I think, a director or a writer.
Didn't know that.
Not too long ago. So if they did start filming, I didn't hear about it. So I don't want to say it like they.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
didn't
hear
know
about
that. Like,
I heard that they were losing people left and right because of creative differences.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
seems like Amazon was just like, hey, I'm giving.
That's also what I don't understand. Why do you keep losing people for creative differences? If you just have a plan going forward before anybody is
Comes in.
the show, just have the writers, have your producers, have your director all together, figure out a story so there won't be any issues. And
Well, no, AJ.
maybe that's the
no,
problem. It's
no,
producers probably
no.
butting in.
No. You're confusing it. Creative difference is only means it's a difference between the director and the studio.
Okay, I got you.
Studio. So, for example, when just now, Scott Derrickson, what he wanted for Doctor Strange 2, that wasn't an issue between Scott Derrickson and his writers. That was Scott Derrickson and Kevin Feige. They viewed what they wanted to do with that movie differently. So that's usually between a director and a studio. A director and a writer, if they're not on the same page, the director fires the writer. They just get a new writer. So if you ever hear a director stepped away, it's not because the studio chose the writer. It's because the studio chose everything over the director. So they just got rid of it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have the writers and directors stuff talk to the producers as they're like going through the story. That way there won't be any issues later on.
Unfortunately, the producers come in and go, let me know when you have a finished product. I don't need to know how the sausage is made. But we know Feige works differently. Feige works differently. He kind of stands over your shoulder as you're doing your work. He's that teacher. It's just like,
that's why I like Kevin Feige a lot more than any of these other producers, because he's more hands-on and he understands what he's doing. Character-wise, story-wise, producing-wise, he just understands what he's doing.
We just always have to remember a producer thinks as a money maker, not as a content. So it's the idea that you could create this script, give it to the producer, and then he goes, I can't market this. You gotta change it. I don't know how to appeal this to someone who's never heard of Kraven. So we got to do something different in the script that's more appealing to them. So that's usually where the differences come from. So apparently whoever's creating this Lord of the Rings show probably wants to make it very authentic to the books, authentic to the hardcore fans. And Amazon probably was just like, I don't know how to sell that. Like, you gotta change something up. I gotta sell this. So that's usually where the confrontation comes from. All right, we can move on. Did you find out, AJ, about Lord of the Rings before we move on?
No, you can keep on.
Confusing. It's horrible. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. All right, so we got a few more before we get out of here. I'm gonna pass this to Ash because this is Ash's moment. Even though I feel as though I deserve this moment more, but I'm gonna give it to
goodbye.
I'm gonna give it to Ash. We finally got word that when Long Halloween Part 2 drops, we will get our first exclusive look at DC Animated's version of Injustice. Your thoughts, Ash?
This is everything I've ever wanted. I told you, I've wanted an Injustice movie since I first read Kingdom Come, before I knew Injustice was ever going to be Injustice. I've always loved just old Batman, old Superman, their ideals, but also like the way that it shapes the world. I love that we got to see Lex, and like, oh my, I can talk about that comic forever. And I've wanted a movie since then. I've always wanted it to be animated because I'm like, it's just, I think DC at that time, DC was doing really more with their animation than they were with their live action movies. So I was willing to accept it as animation. Mm-hmm. And then the game came out, loved it. I'm not a video game person, but I loved it so much, and I love DC so much. I bought it for my brothers. Well, I bought it for myself under the guise of them, and like would play it. And then the comics came. I have no shame at all. Okay.
Oh man.
And then the comics came out. I loved it even more. I was like, DC, you have the game, you have the comics. Give me the movie. And now they're giving it to us. I'm just so excited. And one of the things that I love about DC is that they really, like, at the end of the day, they don't hold bars with their animation. Like, I think their animations is probably the best thing about them. And I think it's the thing that's been most like consistent. And so I'm excited to see them do this movie. I want them to not like 110% like stick to the storyline completely, but those big moments, like we need to see them. Like we need to see Joker killing. Not Joker. We need to see Superman. Yeah, Superman killing Joker. We need to see that interaction there with him and Lois. We have to see him killing Ollie. Like I want to see, like, that is this, like,
that was
like huge. Man, oh, I want to see Dinah like fire that into his heart. Like I want
to see Alfred. I want to see Alfred.
I want to see that staircase. Listen, if this movie does not have Alfred telling Clark to remember that he is not his master, and two, Alfred headbutting him and then saying there's nothing worth here anymore, I don't want the movie. Yeah. I don't want the movie. I mean, obviously I'll still watch it, but I don't want the movie. It's like Alfred there was like, woo. Yeah. So I am like so excited for that movie. It made me so excited to hear it. I've been like grinning like nonstop since I first heard about it. I want more news. Just give me the Batman movie. I don't even care about it I do care about it. Don't come for me. I do care about it because I'm absolutely gonna watch it, but I care more now because we're getting Injustice. And so yeah, that's how I am. I'm in love.
Yeah, thanks, I need this movie to start off with, because it's the biggest moment in Injustice comics that made me cry. And it was when Superman and Batman were on top of the gargoyle and they were just shooting the shit, and Bruce goes, "Congratulations." And Superman's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, she's pregnant." And he's like, "How do you know?" And he's like, "I just always know." Like that moment between them where Bruce is kind of just like, "They call me the greatest detective, dude. Like I know she's pregnant." And Superman just kind of like having like a little tear and them sharing that moment. And I want them to go dark. That was very, as a reader, when Superman went into space and was holding Lois, thinking that it was Doomsday, realizing it was Lois, and then hearing her heartbeat stop. That's powerful. You got to put that in there. I'll even say, Ash, I want the fight of the House of Magic, where it's Trigon, Mr. Mixapitalik, whatever his name is. I want all that. Like, no one understands how powerful that little midget is. He is OP.
I just want the movie, and I want them to be faithful to
the book.
Comics. Yeah, it's like not the game. To the book. Not the game. Right. I want them to be faithful to the comics, and I want them to be faithful to the characters. Like, that is the thing, like, I care the most about. Also the animation. Like,
yeah, I
need the animation to like be on point as well. My voice actors needs to be like
I need you
on
to bring the
point.
OGs back. I need the OGs
Ex-
back. I need Susan
exactly.
Eisenberg. I need Tim Daly.
Give me Kevin. I want
I need
Kevin.
the OGs.
You,
Yeah, I need the
you
OGs.
see, I am begging you. I don't beg you for anything, but I will beg you for Kevin Conroy. Without
Is you not begging for Zack Snyder to come back?
listen, I want the best for him, and the best for him ain't WB.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason why I said this moment was huge for me was James Tucker, who anyone who knows James Tucker, it oversees the animation for DC. He has pretty much since they first created it with their movies. I said this during the interview I did with him for Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I said, James, when are you going to give us Injustice, man? And he's like, I just built these characters. You want me to tear them down already? And I'm like, yes, James, tear them all down. And he goes, not yet. Like, not yet. We're not going to do it anytime soon. So, James, you lied to me. Bloodlines was only a few years ago. You did do Injustice. And I feel as though I put that in his head. But yeah, so I'm really excited we're getting this. Injustice is a huge storyline not many people are aware of outside of the video games. The story is way better in the comic books than it is in the video games. I can guarantee you that. It's just way better. Like think Homelander, right? And think everyone was just like, man, Homelander is really crazy. Now picture Superman times 50. That's what you get in Injustice. Superman just goes through it all. He gets the power of a lantern. I won't tell you which lantern. You have to read it to find out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my god, damn it. Oh, it's so good.
He fights gods. Just what he's able to do in that. Just it reminds you of Dragon Ball Z where you watch Goku and you're just like, how is it your opponent was stronger than you and you're now just magically stronger than your opponent? Like, what is
because
it?
he has no restraint, and that's my favorite thing about Superman, when he does not show restraint. Like, yes, fuck him up.
Yeah,
Fuck him
ripping
up.
a hole through Joker's body was pretty eye-opening. It was just like, okay. All right.
I mean,
okay.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Man, okay,
Go ahead, Trevon. Yeah, go ahead, Trevon.
Okay, I know. I had an Injustice game. I feel really. I don't know anything what you guys are just talking about. So I've played that game. This sounds very exciting. But also sounds like a lot of content. Are you guys worried about them?
That's what I was gonna say.
You know,
that's what I was gonna say.
They're gonna condense it. To me, if you're gonna condense it, I'm assuming I'm not gonna get my House of Magic, which was easily the best arc of that whole issue of Injustice. To me, if I see Superman ripping his hand through Joker's body, I could live with just that. Like that's the biggest thing, and that's the thing I think they'd shy away from the most. So as long as I get that arc of those first few issues within that first movie, but also I'll even say this, Trevon, to answer your question properly, this should not be one movie.
Yeah,
it should be 3 movies.
It should be 3 movies.
Should be more than 3 movies.
No. I don't need more than 3 movies. 3 movies is good enough. If you do anything, because the issues of Injustice are long as shit. So it's like I don't need every ounce of that. I don't. AJ, come on, we don't need every ounce of that. So you need when
they can legit animated. They can legit just build their own world.
Yeah.
Just from
Injustice.
Just from Injustice. Yes, they can.
Come on.
Yeah. They could do a movie. They could do movies with like the 3 core movies, right? That sets it up. And just like how the comics, right? Like they spin off and they focus on specific characters. They can do that.
They can, but
I feel
if
you're the biggest fan of just Ultimate Universes. So you're disagreeing with this?
With the idea of 3 movies taking care of an arc that's long as hell? Yes. The Infinity Saga of when Thanos gets the gauntlet is way longer than 2 movies. I didn't need them to do 9 movies of it. Just 2 is fine. So if they do 3, I can live with that. If they do 1, I can live with that. It just has to hit some of those accurate moments of that first few issues. I can live with it. But giving me 15 where it's 3 and then you're spinning off into like other, no, that's just no. I don't care that much about that whole arc of Injustice. It's just certain points. 3 movies is fine. That's enough.
Animated movies are usually what 90. I'm just thinking. I'm like, it sounds great, but I just feel like animated movies are usually 90 minutes. This sounds like an epic. It sounds like a lot of stuff that I feel like people latch on to certain parts. It's gonna be hard for them to satisfy everybody for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just saw me go through that with 2 full series, Trevon. So yes, yes. I'm never pleased. So that's why I'm saying, thinking realistically, so probably be a 1 to 3 movie arc, and that's probably it. And if that's the case, I can live with it.
Depends on how well they do as well. I mean, they do well.
Animated movies never go off of sales. They never go off of sales. They go off of popularity of the character, which is why we've gotten nothing but Superman and Batman for the last 15 years. So that they never pay attention to that. But it's why I said Injustice could have been done in a Zack Snyder 3-part arc, to where it's the rise of the League, and it's Injustice for your second one, and then it's calling the third movie Justice League, where it's them assembling back up and then, saving the day. So I'm like, I would have been fine if you put Injustice in 1 movie. You just had to hit some of the historical marks for it, and I would have been fine with that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm condensing the idea of this long, drawn-out process and just going 1 to 3. You can make it work.
The things you guys are saying, I would love to see it all. Though I'm saying, like, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I'll tell you this, Trevon. I'm gonna actually send you a link to it, because I wouldn't necessarily ask you to go through and read them all. It's this guy on YouTube called Comic Storian, where he does like audio readings of projects. So he has a 2-hour audio on YouTube of part 1 of Injustice and then part 2. And it covers a lot of what me and Ash were just talking about. The Superman at his God, what do they call that? Fortress of Solitude, where he interacts with Oliver and whatever. So just listen to those 2, and then you'll be fine. Just don't base anything off of the games. They're a very loose adaptation of the books.
Okay.
But Shekinah, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on this Injustice anime?
You guys have summed it up already for me. I was definitely thinking, like, it's okay, it's fine. I'm grown, I can handle it. I was definitely gonna say that it wasn't gonna be a 1 movie event for me. Like in my head, I thought it was definitely gonna be like a 1 to 3 movie thing. Anyway, you guys have said it all. It's very big. As long as they like hit all the important points without like skipping too much or messing up the story, then I think they could wrap it up in like 2 movies. So yeah.
Did you say I'm grown, I can handle it? That might be your catchphrase. That might be, you said that like.
But I thought it was that it's different. I thought
we thought it was it's different. It's not. Then today you said no like 50 times, so that might be the clip for this week.
I have something else every week. I'll bring something new every week, just spice it up. That's what I do.
I might name this episode "I'm Grown, I Can Handle It." That might be the name of it. That was, which, by the way, I rewatched that because I played it for my mom, and she said, "AJ, you are what made that the because when Shekinah got to the fifth one of it, you just made this face like, what? like what? Okay. So you had her dying, bro. You had her dying. All right. So AJ, round this out, man, before we get into our last topic of the night. Your thoughts on this Injustice animated movie?
Cool. It's cool. I'm not that excited. I read the comics and I love the comics. And much like what Juwaan is with Marvel, I'm with DC. And if they don't put everything in that I want with this comic adaptation, then I'm not all for it. Sure, I'm excited for the people that are excited for it, but right now I'm just meh. The animated movies aren't for me. I'm just coming to grasp with that. I wish I could love them, but I can't. Long Halloween, not excited for that either. It's just the DC animated movies are just yeah. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm excited for the people that are excited for it. There we go.
I'm telling you now, I'm working on it. I spoke with him like 2 weeks ago. I'm getting Ernie Altbacker on here, and y'all are gonna explain to Ernie Altbacker what y'all don't be liking about his movie.
Well, it's just me. I think everybody else in the team.
Ash with you in that New 52. She's with you in that New 52.
But here's my thing. I've already said this. My dislike for the movies isn't just because they're the movies. I dislike New 52 as in its entirety, from the comics to the movies.
Fair.
So like for me, I'm gonna just say I don't like the comics. So the movies, I'm not.
To me, I'm just spoiled with the animation. I wish the animation was just so much better. I wish the aesthetic was so much better in DC animated.
Oh,
I know they can do better.
Your issue isn't the story then.
The story, like I said, the story is fine. It's just that I want more from it. It's not like I hate the story. It's just I want more from it. Okay. Much like you with Marvel, you want more from the exact things that are in the comics, but you don't really hate Marvel. It's basically the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they haven't really been selling me this year. That's for sure. Okay.
So you like Civil War, right? You like Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically my thing with the DC animated stuff. I always say with Civil War, because of how large that comic is and because of how much is in it, it was like going into that hoping for them to do everything they did in the comic, for sure,
very unrealistic. Like
especially since they didn't have all the characters that they needed for Civil War 2.
Right. And I just want to remind people, I wasn't looking for story points in WandaVision. Just one individual. That was it. That was my only thing. Whatever you want to do with the story, have a blast. Put Mephisto in there. That was it. So to me, I understand that you have to change up stories. I get it. I'm not a stickler for that. It was the beef me and you had, AJ, with you not liking Hush for the twist that they did, and me liking it because it's like, well, if you already know who Hush is, why would you want them to be unoriginal and just give you that? You want them to spice it up?
It's fine to be original, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just do. The story was already perfect as is.
It was, but it's like, that's a mystery. like if you already know the mystery, that'd be like if someone told you at the beginning of the Scream movie who the killer was, and then expect.
Well, not everybody read the comics of Hush, though.
Right, which is why the people who didn't read it, it didn't matter to them. It could have been anybody. It could have been Barbara.
Exactly. So you might as well just keep it the way it is, because the comic book reader is already going to watch the movie.
Because they know that majority of the audience is us, and we already know it. So just make it more original. That's why I said I don't depend on story points to be accurate. I just depend on the accuracy of certain characters, because the characters are what makes the story. So that's why I said I left WandaVision like, so you took all the best parts of that comic and then left out the best part of the comic. I don't get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my issue. But I never complained about story points. Change it however you want. Just taking certain people out of it is just like, I don't get that.
Yeah, my annoyance with DC animated is not very like character driven or story driven. It's just I'm spoiled, basically.
When I tell you Ernie hit me up after your Hush review and was just like, I thought we was cool. I don't even know who this individual is, Ernie, but it's the company is all I can say. No, but Shekinah, you had your hand up. Were you agreeing with something or?
Oh no, just itching my head. No.
Oh, no. I thought when AJ was saying about his dislike for the animation or whatever, I thought you were agreeing. earlier.
Nope.
Okay. Nope.
I wasn't agreeing.
I was
No,
like,
no,
don't
no.
you put that on me.
No,
All
no.
right. All right. To end us for the night, we're going to talk about Robert Pattinson signing a major overall deal with Warner. I do speculate that part of this deal is the animated movie that they are doing with Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams for Batman. I believe he will be voicing Batman. I believe he will be in season 2 of Gotham, the Gotham show that they're creating. The
Gotham PD, real PD. Yeah.
I think he'll be in season 2 of that. I think they're using Robert Pattinson to be what is the catalyst to launch other Batman or Bat family projects. So the Batgirl movie that they're talking about, I believe that'll probably be part of Pattinson's world. So you need him to spin that off. You need him to spin off a Robin movie, so on and so forth. So I think his overall deal is for Batman, and I think it's the same deal Warner Brothers gave Ben Affleck when he did the Live by Night movie. That when he did, no one cared about because we just kept asking him about Batman.
Yeah.
That deal was, as a director, I want to be able to make whatever movies I want to make, but I'll fulfill your obligation of being Batman. So I think for Robert, it's probably the same kind of thing. Like whatever roles I want to do, I get carte blanche, but I'll still do Batman, whatever you need me to do for Batman. So that's what I think the deal is. I love it because it seems like if not for Matt Reeves, we'll never get a Bat family. So if this is the only way I can get it, put it in the chimney and I'll smoke it. Like I will take however I can get the Bat family, I'll take it. So yes, sign me up. AJ, your thoughts on this Robert Pattinson overall deal?
Yeah, I love it. Not only does it tell me that they're trying to build like a Bat family within Matt Reeves' universe, I honestly do believe that they're going to create other characters like another Wonder Woman and another Aquaman within the series as well. It might not be like 5 years from now, but I do believe that it's going to be distant in the future, where Matt Reeves, the Batman, will spin off into like other characters as well. And I do think this will be the catalyst of future superhero movies for DC. If they don't sell it, at least. That's what I think at least. So.
That'll be interesting because remember, that was why this isn't connected to the DCEU.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves is very specific and he does not want that. So that's why when everyone kept thinking, like when they saw the Wonder Woman and Superman costume, like, oh, we're going to get a Superman in that world. And I'm like, if we do, I will fist fight Matt Reeves because he fought to make this its own thing. And then to bring in a Superman and Wonder Woman when we have a Superman and Wonder Woman will be very frustrating.
Well, it could be like an Iron Man thing where they didn't really like focus on other characters for the future of the MCU. They just wanted to focus on that one character, Iron Man. And then if it succeeded, other directors can come in and try to like connect it without Matt Reeves worrying about the connection between other superheroes and stuff like that. Which
is fine. Yeah. What you're saying, I get. What I'm saying is that's fine. I don't need you to connect to Superman or Wonder Woman, but don't cast another Wonder Woman while Gal Gadot is still here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you want to create a whole new Justice League universe, that's fine. Tell Jason Momoa to throw his script away for Aquaman 2. Tell Gal Gadot to go home. She won't be needed for Wonder Woman 3, and then just use that world. But I don't need 2 Wonder Womans. I don't need 2 Batmans. I don't need 2 Supermans. I don't need any of that. I don't need double up on anything. Okay? I don't need any of that.
You don't want to double dip?
No, I don't. And I honestly don't do it myself. It's why I am the person that will grab the nachos with all the cheese on them. So I don't have to dip back into it. Nah, man, I don't like that. So to me, give me all one thing. Shekinah, what are your thoughts on this overall deal by Robert Pattinson?
I mean, it must be a good thing. It seems like a good thing. I mean, that means he's around for the long haul. So I'm excited. Like you said, he's probably going to be the catalyst for like other shows, which is good. I mean, as long as this movie is good and it leads to good things, like I'm happy. Good for Robert.
Somewhere Robert sitting in a Batman chair like that was not genuine. Like she did not mean true happiness for me. Ash, what are your thoughts on this overall deal for Robert Pattinson?
I like it. I love Robert Pattinson. Like I do. I'm like happy for him. Like I'm just like again, AJ, the way you feel about like the DC animated movies, that's the way I'm feeling right now about the live action movies and where they're going to take them. So until I can see like, oh, what actually is the product that's going to come from it? How is it going to interplay? Like with his Batman, his movie, that universe that Reeves is building, I'm gonna like celebrate him and I'm gonna be happy for him. But as of right now, I'm like, I want to see where exactly they're going with this. I don't want two Supermans, I don't want two Batmans, two Wonder Womans. Like, if this is its own universe, like I want it to be its own universe. I want you to build it out. I want you to make me fall in love with it. I want to be invested in it without all of the outside noise. And so I'm waiting to see more, but I'm very happy for Robert.
I do believe that after Aquaman 2 and Wonder Woman, 3 that's coming out,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe after those movies are done, then that'll be it for them. I'm not sure with Shazam really, because they're just starting Black Adam and that's another
Different story.
I don't know, man. I don't know. As long as they keep using the word multiverse, I don't think they have any.
I think they're going to stop that soon. I'm thinking they're going to stop with that.
Say that, but I'm going to tell you this: since they fired that last regime, they've only used the word multiverse 460.
Because they don't know how to explain what they're doing.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the reason why they keep using it, is because they don't know what they're doing. Until they have that set plan, I think they're going to keep using the word.
Well, I'll tell them the way to get a set plan is to stop saying multiverse.
And they need to stop using a word if they don't know what it actually means.
And
I will give them a dictionary to go look it up.
Right. Multiverse is never a solution to anything. It's what you add on to something, not substitute for. So the idea that you're telling people, hey, I'm going to make movies that mean absolutely nothing is just like, why would I care? Like,
because they're connected.
But they're saying that they want movies that aren't connected. They just want to just
never mind.
Things. Which is why I told Trevon, I don't know where to put my excitement for Static Shock, because I don't even know if it's connected to anything. And if it's not, it could be an Oscar-nominated Static Shock, and I could care less. Same thing I did with the Joker. It needs to be a part of something. Wait, what'd you say, AJ?
I said, and The Dark Knight. You love the movie, but the comic.
Right, but the accuracy of it was pretty garbage. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we can agree with that. Yes.
That's not.
Hey, you thought I was going to say something different, Ash?
I really did. Listen, people were coming for The Dark Knight all this week.
It's a massive movie. It's so good.
It's a great piece of cinema.
Wait, what movie we talking about?
Movie.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
It's a great Joker movie.
Okay, no, that's fair. Let me ask you this, Trevon, and then I'm going to just move on to get your thoughts, and we're going to get out of here. Have you ever heard of a character called Anarchy?
Yeah.
You have heard of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
So what you meant to say?
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with that. Right. I enjoy Heath Ledger's Joker. I hear what you're trying to say. Joker is what I got. Okay, that's fine. You say that.
No problem. Because I can't find one comic book where Joker is causing just pure anarchy. That was anarchy that he caused in The Dark
Knight. Hold on. I'm thinking. Give me a second. I'm thinking.
Okay, because I heard crickets.
No.
Does anarchy kidnap people and stuff? And
yeah, like how we define an anarchy? Like, wait.
How we define
Joker? No. That's not what I was trying to go to or say.
Okay.
I need to remember how exactly he went about it in The Dark Knight. That's what I was trying to get to. It's been a while since I've watched it.
All right, so I'll tell you the first thing he did was show up to a mob meeting and cause anarchy.
Honestly, here's it. Okay, I will.
No, I'm sorry.
will-
I just lied to you. First thing you see is him starting the movie with causing anarchy. He robbed the
Well,
bank to tell you that he does not care about money. That's anarchy. That makes no sense.
well, I would say I'm currently reading the new one that's come, the new Joker that's out, and he does blow up Goth. Sorry for those of us that are being spoiled by it. What is it? What's the medical facility?
A hospital?
Yes, the hospital.
You made me confused for a second. I was like,
What's going on?
No, I don't know. Words are not coming to me right now.
You're a teacher, Ash. That should never be the case.
10 o'clock at night, okay?
Ash said hospital. I couldn't think of that word.
What is it called? But tell me what's the name.
Oh man,
I can't remember the name. So we're not going to tell me the name?
Wait, what are you talking about? Arkham Asylum?
Yes, thank you. Oh my
I thought you
God.
meant an actual hospital.
I thought you meant a hospital.
Okay, here's the deal. Here is the deal. When I couldn't figure out what the word was, I was trying to think of the closest association I could to it. Anyway, he blows that up and then like he leaves, right? And like he leaves and he goes on a vacation and he leaves that mess for like Gotham to deal with. So like that's a little bit of anarchy that I would say that he's done in the comics.
Which comic iteration was that? Which one was that?
It's the new one that's out.
So the one with the 3 Jokers then, right?
No, the one that's where Gordon is hunting him. It's very, very new.
Okay.
It's part of the new multiverse that they created.
Oh God, that word.
But either way, that's a little bit of anarchy. That's all.
Okay. Well, I tell you this: no good Joker comics, like really classic ones, is him just producing anarchy. It's just not Joker. But Trevon, your thoughts on this overall deal with Robert Pattinson?
I'm happy for him. I'm sure it'll be cool. I don't really have much.
I just want another trailer for the Batman.
I think we'll unfortunately have to wait until fandom. I think fandom is gonna start treating itself the same way D23 does, to where you don't really get Star Wars stuff until D23. That's their whole Star Wars convention, or Star Wars celebration. Like when they do things specifically for Star Wars, they don't just randomly drop it. So I think I don't know. I think fandom will probably be the next time we get a Batman trailer. Unfortunately.
Wait, do we know when the next one is? Is it
October? Yeah, it's
It's
later.
yeah. It's in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right around New York Comic Con and right around when they're moving San Diego Comic Con. So we'll be eating good for sure. For sure.
But we're just gonna starve until we get there.
Yeah, unfortunately. As DC fans, as Marvel fans, we're good.
We're good to go right now.
DC fans, it's
crickets.
It's very much we starving out here. We can't breathe. It's hard to breathe right now. So,
I mean, they give us a little bit of food with injustice. Right?
Just a crumb, and then I'll have to come to them and say, "May I have some more, please?"
Oh no!
So go ahead, Trevon. What were you saying?
I'm saying, I'm happy for him. I'm sure this is. I mean, it's a big deal for him to get this. I just wonder how, it all going to shake out with all this selling and combining and all this stuff going on. I just wonder how it all's going to work out.
Hopefully Robert's mindset is the check still good? All right, I'll be there. Hopefully that's his mindset. Hopefully it's not, well, if the people I like to work with aren't here, I don't want to do it, because we just went through that with Ben. I don't want that again. I don't want that again. I want whoever is Batman to be Batman until my kids are old enough to have a new Batman. That's what I would prefer. So that's why I said making a Bat family is beautiful, because once you fully fleshed out Bruce, we got Nightwing that, later becomes Agent Grayson. We got Jason, who becomes Red Hood. We got a whole bunch of stuff we can play with. You know what I'm saying? So build a Bat family. That way we can weed Batman out when it's time to and amplify everybody else. So that's the important thing.
For that. I don't trust them at all. But
I don't trust them either, Trevon. I'm just saying what makes the most sense. But clearly they don't care about sense. They care about dollars, but they don't like to make sense. Anyway, that's all.
They don't like to make dollars either, but that's
that's a whole nother story. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll be doing a Bad Batch review hopefully tomorrow. We can get together and do a Bad Batch review, break down this newest episode. But that's all we got for you guys on this week's episode of GVN Talk. We extended this a little longer than I'm sure we wanted to, but that's so we could make up for not having an episode last week. So we fed you guys good. So you don't need another episode for another 4 weeks. No, I'm just joking. We'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for an all new GVN Talk, and stay tuned. We got something special coming for the return of the MCR, Marvel Cinematic Review. It is panning out lovely. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I cannot wait. But till then, guys, that's all we got. Peace.